What is going on, guys? My name is Dane. Welcome to the video. So today I just want to talk a little bit about how I'm changing my routine based on what I'm learning in my certified personal trainer textbook. So first things first, I realized that the first stage of training that pretty much everyone will go through is a phase called the stabilization endurance phase, which basically means that you have to learn how to stabilize your body before you start moving heavy loads. Now, I do a lot of exercises that have built-in stabilization components, such as different calisthenics movements where you have to support your body weight and stabilize your own body weight. But throughout my athletic career, as you might say, I found that I've migrated toward the more weight-based strength exercises, strength and hypertrophy, versus the stabilization exercises. So I have been neglecting my stabilization endurance. And since I've never actually gone through an entire training phase for stabilization endurance, I figured I should probably do that. So from here until about 4 to 6 weeks in the future, I will be doing workouts that are stabilization based. This is going to include things such as one-legged squats, such as glute floor bridges. It's going to include a whole lot of exercises that are less about how much strength and weight you can push and more about how you can use your different stabilizing muscles to make sure that you have control in otherwise unstable conditions. So this can be, using a yoga ball or a medicine ball for different exercises that I would normally use a barbell or dumbbell for. And these things will make you a little bit more unstable, which is kind of the point, to be able to stabilize yourself in those positions. So, on top of that, I was thinking, what's a good way to lose a little bit extra body fat before the summer, before the beach bod times come? And I was thinking, well, keto is a pretty good way to shed body fat, and I did it once and I kind of enjoyed it. And the only reason I stopped doing it is because I kind of liked the taste of my carbs, which I think all people do, and I felt that it was a little bit restrictive for my taste, but I think I could have stayed on if it was just that reason. But my biggest gripe with it is that since I didn't have any carbohydrates coming in, my muscles didn't have enough glycogen, and didn't have any glycogen really. So my gym performance suffered. Although my gym performance was all based on these heavy strength and hypertrophy based lifts. Now what's interesting is that with the stabilization that I'm starting to get into, of course it requires muscle glycogen, but not to as significant of a degree as the strength and power that I was working on prior. So I figured that it might hit two birds with one stone to do the ketogenic diet and this first phase of training, which will hopefully not require quite as much glycogen as when I was doing strength training. That being said, I think it's going to be a tough and stressful month or so. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next month or so. If you guys have any questions about keto or stabilization, I would love to answer them. So toss them in the comments below and we'll have a nice discussion on any questions you guys might have. One more reason why I'm kind of interested in trying the keto diet again is when I was on keto for the first time was in January of this past year. And around the same time is when I got my Oura ring. And the Oura ring tracks your sleep patterns and gives you sleep scores based on how well you slept and how well you're recovered from exercise. Looking back at my prior data, when I was on keto, I had significantly better sleep scores. I have three possible hypotheses. The first is that keto helps with sleep. Maybe, maybe not. That's kind of what I want to find out. The second hypothesis is that maybe I was just total correlation. Maybe I just was actually sleeping more. And so even though it wasn't caused by keto, it was just correlated and actually was giving me better scores. The third option is that since it was new and didn't quite know my typical sleeping patterns, it gave me higher scores based on some unknown metric. But now that it knows what my typical sleep score is and what I typically get in a night, it gives me a slightly lower, more average score. So that's one thing I kind of want to test out. I'm going to go on keto, see how or if it affects my sleep based on the scores that I get from my ring. So these three factors of, shedding fat for the summer months, the sleep improvements, and the stabilization and endurance phase of training, I figured that those three things kind of work pretty well with keto. So like I said, if you have any questions or comments or interesting ideas, leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to read them all and comment on any one that requires an answer. If you guys enjoyed this, please hit the like button, as it very much does help me grow my channel. If you like this kind of content, then that's awesome. Hit subscribe. If you don't like this kind of content, I have a lot of other content like silly challenges and what have you that I would highly recommend checking out, because those are a little bit more fun than just watching me sit and talk in a chair. But if you guys found this interesting, useful, or just enjoyed the video, thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Stay happy, stay healthy. Peace.